Hello, and here I am with yet another figure review. This one is going to be of the God or Burning Gundam from G Gundam, which is actually my personal favorite Gundam series. Like I said a while ago, I was going to be doing some more Gundam reviews. This is of, obviously, the one of the model kits. This is the only Master Grade kit that I own. If you don't know, there are various tiers of Gundam kits: High Grade, Master Grade, Perfect Grade. Master Grade is basically a larger, more detailed version of the smaller scale figures. This is the only Master Grade that I own, mainly because this is my favorite, probably my favorite mobile suit. I own the way earlier. I would assume it's the same scale. It's kind of hard to tell of this figure. He's quite dated. This was actually the first Gundam that I ever owned. He's missing half of his pieces, as you can tell from the back. And honestly, there are actually some aspects of this figure that I like more than this one. I also just want to go ahead and point out, before I go into anything, I feel like there's something off about this head. Let me pull it off for you. I don't know what it is. There's something about the sculpt that I feel is off, and that doesn't look like the Burning Gundam, and I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's get the head back on there. Anyway, let's look at the box first. I want to try to make this kind of quick because the upload times for my previous videos have taken days to upload. I don't know if there's any way to fix that or not. It's obviously a rather large box, so I'm going to move the camera. You get a big, giant image of the Burning Gundam there. Let's move to the side. Posing options, the frame. It does come with a miniature that I have absolutely painted horribly, so we're not going to show that. Basically the same stuff you get on the front with G Gundam Cross, and this is just posing options. So anyway, also something, I don't know if this is standard for all Master Grades, because obviously this is the only one that I own, but when you pull open the front of the box, you get this big image of the figure, which I'm not entirely sure, but looks... No, I think, yeah, the image is bigger than the figure. But, anyway, the high grades that I own don't come with this. It just pulls straight out, and you get to everything inside. I don't have anything in there now. So anyway, that's the box. We'll move the box to the side, and by to the side, I mean to the floor. There we go. This is the booklet it comes with. I'm just going to flip through it. If it's interesting, then you can pause. Got an image of the back of the figure. Again, sorry, this is a very large figure with a very large box. Can't really do anything about that. I'm just going to flip through. Unless there's something interesting, I'll stop. You get some nice images of the figure with Domon in the middle. Some armaments. The other G Gundam fighters. Actually, I don't know if any of those are actual fighters that were shown. Regardless, there he is in his trademark. Well, not trademark, but whatever. His intro pose, which I'll get into in a minute as well. Anyway, so that's that. So, the figure itself is actually rather large. Let me get out my ruler. And unfortunately, like I've said before, this is a very shiny metallic ruler. Might be a little hard to see. So he stands about 7.5 inches tall. He's not standing straight up right now, to the top of his V-fin, or crown. I don't know what you want to call it. Anyway, regardless, I have some seals / stickers on here now. One that says God Gundam at the top. I don't know why this all says God Gundam. I know him as the Burning Gundam. So. Here's a look at the back of the figure. So we'll go ahead and just go straight into the articulation, actually, in this one. We'll pull the Corelander off, talk about that in a second. Same thing with the beam sabers. We'll pull those guys off, too. So the head is on a ball peg, which rotates well enough for a Gundam, but then it has a swivel that allows it to go forward. I'll pull it off so you can see right there. And as you saw, I've had many problems with these little bits falling off. Was it this one that I tried to glue? Yeah, I think it was this one. I tried gluing them on, it didn't quite work. Whatever. Then you have the Vulcan cannons. I believe they're Vulcan cannons, I don't know. It seems like any time that a Gundam has machine guns on it. They're called Vulcan cannons that open up. They look really nice. This is interesting because I actually don't own a Gundam like this, where the shoulder pad is free from the actual arm, so it can move wherever it needs, regardless of what position the arm is in. Usually, the arm is connected to the shoulder pad, and the shoulder pad connects into the arm. But this one is just on a swivel that you can pull off, which I don't know why I'm having such trouble pulling it off, so we're not going to do that right now. It's not worth struggling for. You get the bicep swivel at the top of the arm, which works well enough. Obviously, all it has to do is swivel. Also, something interesting that I've never encountered before on a Gundam, this is probably because I don't own any other Master Grade kits, is screws in the actual figure, which I think is kind of crazy. I don't know if you can see any in there, but this joint is held together by screws, and so it's basically a double-jointed elbow, and that first joint gives you over 90 degrees, and the second joint gives you pretty much full range, except for obviously the sculpt gets in the way, so that's not important. Shoulder, get the swivel, and comes out to whatever that is. Woo. 90 degrees, I guess. Anyway, moving down, moving, I guess, across. You have the chest piece, which opens up and has the King of Hearts crest in there. It's hard to see. What I'm saying isn't going to make sense, but it's got print on the inside of this. You'd have to own the figure, really, to understand. Anyway, close that down. And this chest actually folds inward for the crossed arms pose that the Gundam does in the intro, which I like, but it causes a couple of problems. First of all, you get a gap right there and you can see straight through, which is not that important if you have the Corelander in, but if you don't, you can see straight through it. Also, it hinders the torso and waist articulation, really, because you don't have the articulation here like you usually do. Instead, it's all the way at the bottom of the torso and only is one joint. But honestly, it works well enough, I guess. I don't know why they did that. They could have incorporated a articulation there. Unless it's hindered. No, I honestly really don't know why they don't do that. They didn't do that on the high grade either. That's probably the next one I'll upload is going to be the high grade Burning Gundam. I own that one as well. Anyway, then the skirt/kilt, I don't know what you want to call it, has rotation here for the beam sabers, which they have slots in them, and they're kind of almost rails in there. Just slides in, stays really well, swivels. Get a better angle on that. Pop that off. Then it's on a ball peg, which works well enough. They do come off like that, though, because it's two pieces that are pressed this way. So if you bring it up high enough, they separate, and then it's hard to get back on. So that's kind of a problem, kind of not. The back skirts are connected. I don't know why they always do that. It's kind of annoying. Also, they feel really flimsy. It feels like they're going to break, especially because this bit up here really hits the torso, and it just wants to pop off. It feels really weak and plasticky, but I don't know. There we go. And I don't remember. It's been a while since I assembled this figure, but I should hope that these two front skirts were separate pieces. Yeah, they were. Usually with high grades, it's one piece, and you can just take an X-Acto knife and run it down to make it easier to, or make the front skirts separate from each other as opposed to being one piece, which would move together. Like on this Gundam, actually. Most high grade kits come like this, and you can just take an X-Acto knife and run it down the middle, and they stay in place. It's hard to explain. You'll see on the high grade. Anyway, these are on ball pegs as well. They don't actually pop off, really, so that's good. The hip, I guess is what the hip or upper thigh, I don't know what you want to call that, goes pretty much, it would have full range if it wasn't for the front skirt. Same thing here, except for it's actually hindered because of this big, I don't even know what to call that. It's obviously a ball peg, but it's got this weird, awkward joint. It looks strange. Anyway, oh really? I thought this had a swivel. Huh. I guess not. Like I said, it's been a while since I've assembled this, or since I assembled this one, and I actually haven't played with it that much, I guess would be the term. Anyway, moving down, this is actually kind of cool. It's got almost hydraulics in there, or it's meant to look like hydraulics. They don't actually serve any purpose other than for looks, and honestly, it seemed really complicated to put together and build that specific bit, and I don't know, it was really tedious, and it doesn't really add that much to the figure. Most of the poses that I have him in, you don't really even see the those hydraulics, so I don't know. It's nice that they're there, but it seemed like a real hassle just to get that. Anyway, I don't know. Rambling. Anyway, wow, I said anyway like 2 or 3 times. Wonderful. Great. English language. It's a great language. Moving on. It's a double jointed knee. You get a ridiculous amount of motion there, except for obviously it gets back into that flimsy factor that I was talking about with the back skirt. You can see it bend. I don't know. I'd be careful with that. Let's see. Let's bring it out. Again, hitting the back skirt. I don't know. Full range. We'll call it that. The back's, I guess, calves here. You can. It has a kind of interesting joint. It pulls out. There we go. And then slides up, and it reveals, like, I guess those are the boosters or whatever. It's weird. I don't remember what color they actually were in the show, but on this older style figure they're golden, and here they're just gray. I don't think it showed anywhere. You know, it doesn't show anywhere on the box or anything. What color they should be, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's see. I don't know what specific joint this is for the foot. Can we just pull it off? Okay. So it looks like a double ball peg. I don't know if you can see in there. Double ball peg up here, and then into the foot, and then it looks like it's got a swivel to provide the ankle rocker. The whatever this is, we'll call that a cover flap. I guess that's what that is just a swivel. It looks like, yeah, just connects at the heel, and then the toe goes down, and it goes up really high, but it doesn't go down that much. But it's not really necessary. We didn't get into the wrist really. The wrist is just a ball peg, and then up here for the Repting Burning Finger, it slides, doesn't slide, whatever that would be called, down to cover the hand, and then the golden, like, claw-looking things come out. But this right here, this function seems really flimsy, actually, specifically on this side. I don't know if that's a common problem or not, or if there's any specific way to fix that. You can see in there what it is. It's got 2 almost levers, and they like to almost come off their little track. So, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's there. So that's that. Oh, I guess we should talk about the Corelander as well. It's got, obviously, the rotate... is that a rotation? No, it's a swivel. Whew. Not having a good day today. For each side for the Erupting Burning Finger pose. It's also got the swivel here to put it, obviously, into its Corelander jet mode. And then there for the backpack, and then this opens up, and you can see a little tiny domino in there, and that's pretty cool. Just plugs straight into the back, like that. And it stays on really, really well. It actually takes some force to get it off. So we'll leave that off for the rest. So we'll set him back here. Let's make him not look like he is having problems standing. And we'll get into the accessories, I guess. So we have 2 of the beam sabers, which obviously attached like I showed you a second ago. And then they come with 2 actual saber bits, but the 2 are different. One is curved. It's not really curved for a slashing type move or anything. I'm not entirely sure why it's curved. And then the other's straight, and that makes it difficult. I can't recall a time when he dual wielded, but if you want to make your master grade burning gun dual wield, it's going to be a little awkward because it's not really going to want to work. Anyway, and speaking of the beam sabers, he comes with what is this? 2, 4, 6 different hands. 2 of them are for holding the beam sabers. The 2 that are on him are obviously fist hands. And the way that you get the beam sabers in, you can honestly just slide them I think that you're supposed to take the hand apart. I don't know why you would do that. And this sculpt is actually really nice compared to the other sculpts for Gundam figures with a gripping hand. I don't know why, it just looks really realistic. Also, something to note is that these hands are made out of a soft rubber, which is really nice. I don't know why they chose to make it rubber. They could have made it out of plastic. That provides for a little bit of extra flexibility. So anyway, so that's those two. It's got these two hands, which are unique from each other. This hand, it goes onto the right. This hand goes onto the left for the... Let's see if it shows it on the box. I don't want to actually put him in the pose. No, it doesn't. Wonderful. This means I'm going to have to look through the booklet. Does it show it anywhere? It does. It shows it right there. For that pose. Is it going to want to focus? There we go. Focused. For that pose. So anyway, we'll get it refocused here. And then you have the two erupting burning finger hands, which look really good. Anyway, I actually think that for most of this video it was out of focus. Wonderful. Anyway, like I said, it did come with a miniature, but I was horrible at painting it, so we're not going to show him. Anyway, so that has been the Master Grade Burning Gundam. Oh, also something to note that I entirely forgot about. He comes with an alternate V-fin/crown that's made out of a soft rubber material, which is nice because this one's out of the typical hard plastic. I actually haven't taken this one off the runner yet. I have not really found a use for it. I mean, it's obviously for people who are going to be rougher with their figures, or really in case this one breaks. But I haven't really had a problem. I actually think that I've had the box, or this figure in the box, fall, and this V-fin hasn't broken yet. So, anyway, that's that. I will quickly do a, I guess, almost show-off of the rest of my Gundam kits, so that way people, I don't know, I guess you can see what I have in store. That's, I'm just going to go up. You can pause if it's interesting. I'm not going to list these off. Like I said, I'm going to try to make this video shorter. There's no need to draw it out. I have no clue which one of these I'm going to do next. It's probably going to be the... also, something to note, this figure is faulty. This figure broke ridiculously. The hands came apart. It's subject for a whole nother video. I ended up giving the Gundam away. It's not even in the box anymore. It's only kept for customization purposes. Also, this one has been customized. Didn't go well. Not really the Tri-Burning Gundam anymore. That's really all that's important. Anyway, that's that. Thanks for watching, and I guess I will see you in the next review.